Okay, so let's talk about it. Why McDonald's, right? I don't oftenly give too many direct stock picks on my channel or anything like that. I tend to not do that often unless it's like in person, and normally with people that I know and trust and things like that. But a stock that I actually love. And I want to break it down a little bit. And this is not me endorsing you buying this stock. This is just me giving an example of something that's in my portfolio, that's heavily in my portfolio, that I have countless reasons why I love it. And I think that if me breaking it down for you might give you reason to, I don't know, it might give you some perspective of how you can evaluate the stocks you want to buy into as well. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so why McDonald's? I love McDonald's. McDonald's is always in like my top 3 holdings. Always. No matter where I invest more money here or there, it's always in my top 3. I love McDonald's, okay? Now I'll tell you, I love McDonald's for lots and lots of reasons. Now, when I tell you to evaluate your stocks and do research and figure out what it is you're buying into, that's what you really need to do. You really need to know and understand what it is you're buying into. And see, you're buying a fraction of a company. You're buying a piece. So you are a partial owner of said company, right? So you've got to believe in what you're buying. Okay, McDonald's does a few things. First of all, I grew up loving McDonald's. Who doesn't grow up loving McDonald's, right? So I love McDonald's from the time I was a kid. Even as an adult, some people are like, how can you eat McDonald's? And I'm like, I love McDonald's. And they're like, well, haven't you heard this or seen this? And I'm not getting into all the nonsense and all the garbage and all the nutritional. I love McDonald's. I enjoy McDonald's. It's delicious. I enjoy it. Okay, so the fact that I have an appreciation for their product, that gives me the initial grounds for why I love this company. Okay, now there's lots of companies though. See, there's lots of companies out there that I buy their products. There's lots of companies out there that I use, love, enjoy their products, but I don't endorse all of them. Okay, so let's break it down further. McDonald's, I've actually known a handful. My best friend David, he worked at McDonald's when we were teenagers. Got treated well, loved it. My mom worked at McDonald's. She worked at McDonald's and she worked herself up from, the lowest level all the way up to where she was like one of the trainers and one of the coordinators. Mom loved working there. She said it was a great company to work for. They treated their employees well. They treated the, staff well. She got plenty of opportunities for advancement, raises, promotions, things like that, and she loved that. So that was something that she liked. She had worked in different food chains and restaurants and different things like that, fast food diners, things like that. She worked at all different kinds of places throughout her life, and McDonald's was one that she bragged about regularly about how they treated their staff as far as pay rates and promotion opportunities. So that again is another endorsement of mine that the company's a good company. Okay, well, the company being a good company is not always enough for a stock market. It's not. That's something that a lot of people miss. Oh, well, the company's terrible, so therefore their stock is terrible. Or the company's great and their stock is going to be great. It's not always like that. It's most oftenly what the market is dictated by the consumer. The consumer, the everyday person, is going to choose to buy into a company or sell their shares into a company, and that's going to fluctuate the stock value. That's what's going to make the biggest difference in what the stock value is worth. Okay, so company like McDonald's is, people like investors understand the value and the validity in a company like McDonald's, because McDonald's, although is known notoriously for its fast food, it is incredibly large real estate company. It owns an obscene amount of real estate. If you actually look at the financials and the numbers, they have more money coming through real estate than they actually do on food sales. It's astronomical. It's amazing. And they're in countries all over the world. So investment-wise, looking at a company like McDonald's, it's got nothing but upside, right? There's no down in a company that See, when you see a new company and it grows quickly, then you've got that speculation. Well, why did it grow so fast? Is there something I'm missing? Is it going to hit that wall and tank? McDonald's has grown consistently over so many decades that there's no downside when it comes to an investor. An investor is going to look at a company like McDonald's and be like, well, when's it going out of style? It's not. Now we get in, let's transition right there. That's a perfect transition spot. Like going out of style. McDonald's has stood the test of time because they do something amazing. What do they sell? They don't sell burgers. What do they sell? It's not fries. What do they sell? It's not even McNuggets. What do they sell? They sell happiness. That's it. That's their market. That's their entire marketing campaign is happiness. They literally sell kids' meals in Happy Meal boxes. They coined the term, the Happy Meal. That is their trademark thing, the Happy Meal. Nobody else can have a Happy Meal, only McDonald's. That's theirs. They have proprietary ownership of the term Happy Meal. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. That simply putting the word happy in front of a meal all of a sudden changed everything. And the thing is that's what they sell. If you look at any of their commercials or anything, every ad that they ever have is about joy. It's about happy. It's what it is. You look at some companies and like, selling different, anything, drinks, they'll show excitement, thrilling, adventure, awesomeness. Oh, you could be so buff if you ate this, or you could, have the girl if you drank that. And there's so many different things that you could get and you could attain. You could have status. You could have all these different things. If you ate this, drank this, bought this product, carried this, dressed like this, wore that, all these different marketing ideas and campaigns, right? But the one that is consistent throughout McDonald's is happy. 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 It doesn't matter if you're old, you're young. They show commercials with infants and toddlers, licking an ice cream cone, an 85-year-old having an ice cream cone, eating a Big Mac. It's like all of it is joy. It's all a smile. It's all happiness. How can the idea of happiness ever go out of style? So it's going to stand the test of time because what they're selling is joy. What they're selling is happiness. If you don't got happiness in your life, well, you'll find it here at McDonald's. Okay, so this adds yet another layer, right? So you've got the fact that I like the company prior, right? You've got the fact that I know the company treats its employees well. And some people may have their experiences. My daughter actually worked there and she worked with some people that didn't like her and it was a bad experience for her. She was kind of mistreated. But that wasn't the McDonald's corporation. That was literally like a staff of like 3 or 4 people that chose to gang up on her and mistreat her. That happens in any company, in any place all over the world. It's unfortunate, but it's true. People are going to mistreat the outsider from time to time. But that's not McDonald's. That's not what they stand for. That's not what they do. So, like I said, I liked the product initially. I still love the product today. I enjoy it on a regular basis. Not nearly as regular as I used to, but my boys tried to get me there as often as possible. We literally had McDonald's last night. Hence what sparked my mind and was like, let's talk about this, right? And then, so like I said, loved it, still love it. They treat their employees well. The company's a solid, good company. Then on top of that, they can stand the test of time as far as investments. Investors see the diversity they have because they're not just selling burgers. They're not just making their money off of burgers. They're actually making even more off of real estate. Then in addition to the real estate, they're selling and marketing geniuses. They are marketing happiness and joy in a box, in a bun. And they're literally selling it to the masses all over the globe. In addition to all of this, I'm telling you, a company like McDonald's, it's just great. A company like McDonald's stands for something that I believe in. Now, you may not, and that's cool, but I believe in capitalism. I believe in free market. I believe in free enterprise and anybody and everybody having the freedom in this great country that they can build their business the way they want. And they can run it the way they want. And they can have it the way they want. And that should never be questioned. That should never be stifled or intimidated. Well, a few years back, the owner of Chick-fil-A the owner of Chick-fil-A, which I love Chick-fil-A. I don't know if you love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is awesome. And some people love Chick-fil-A just because they're Christian, and some people don't like Chick-fil-A just because it's Christian. I actually love Chick-fil-A long before I found out they were Christian, just because they make an incredible chicken sandwich, and I love their fries. But anyways, let's not get too far off. So the owner of Chick-fil-A did an interview, and he talked about his faith, and he talked about how there was some controversy in the news about a baker that was struggling, that was facing a lawsuit because of, wanting to refuse, based on their religious beliefs, they wanted to refuse baking a cake. So not to get too far off onto that, Chick-fil-A, the owner was like, we run our business, we support them, and that's unfortunate that they're being scrutinized because of their religious beliefs, because we actually stand firmly with the same ideals and the same principles. Although they don't go around rejecting customers, because their customers aren't custom. They're not coming in saying, hey, will you make a sandwich just for this and acknowledge what I'm doing? So people come in and they go, and they come and they go, and they buy a sandwich, and that's all you ever really know about them, is that they ordered a number 2. That's all that matters. So Chick-fil-A is not faced with those kind of things, but because they spoke out, and because the owner spoke out, then there was a thing on Twitter that was trending and said, all right, it was a hashtag boycott Chick-fil-A. And there was a boycott Chick-fil-A day. And because that tweet actually went viral, what was incredibly interesting is that all because it went viral, so many people saw it. Not only so many people who supported the boycott, but also all the people who supported Chick-fil-A saw it. So when all the people who supported Chick-fil-A saw it, they rushed out to Chick-fil-A to try to support the business that the restaurant that they loved so much. And so when they did, what happened was interesting. The company actually had record sales. It was like one of the few times that Chick-fil-A was wrapped around the building, and it was all over the nation. I mean, it was crazy. Chick-fil-A's were backed up everywhere. They could not get people out of the drive-thru fast enough, and people did not care. They were so happy to be a part of it, and they were so happy to see the backup of a line on the day of the boycott, that they were like, look what we did, and they didn't care about waiting, right? So it was really cool. But so they decided to be a part of that, and they decided to make their statement that, hey, you know what? Y'all try to boycott Chick-fil-A, we'll go out and support our favorite restaurant. Well, what was really cool is McDonald's stepped up. McDonald's stepped up, and very subtly and very cocky in their own way, because McDonald's is a titan of the industry. Whether you know it or not, or whether you like them or not, whether you want to accept or believe it, they are an incredibly large titan in the industry. And because they decided to put on multiple reader boards around the country, try and boycott us. The reader boards where they advertise, hey, we got this new blah, blah, blah burger, right? Or come in and get a 10-piece for, on sale. Yeah, on all those reader boards across the country, they said, try and boycott us. They stood firmly with Chick-fil-A. And they didn't stand firmly because they had the same religious ideals. Because you know what? The interesting thing about McDonald's is they never share their religious or political stances. They keep all that away from their business because it's not relevant to their business. Now, they may be Christians, they may be not Christians, I don't really know. But what they did do is they stood firmly and supported a Christian company running their Christian company based on their beliefs. Because that is capitalism, and that is freedom. And it doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or not. You should have the freedom to run your business and your company based on your principles and your beliefs. And if you don't like it, if you don't like their beliefs and you don't align with their beliefs or their ideals, go somewhere else. It's really that simple. So because of these several reasons, I know I've been kind of going on a lot, but for these several reasons, I love McDonald's. One of my favorite companies. I love their food. I love their burgers, their fries, chicken nuggets are the bomb. I don't even care. Y'all can tell me whatever you want. It ain't going to change my mind. I love a chicken McNugget. I love all their stuff. It's great. I love there's few things on their menu that I don't love. But I'm also aware that it's not the healthiest food. I wouldn't recommend eating it every day. But with all that being said, as a company, as a company, they're smart, they're innovative, they're marketing geniuses. Like, as far as revenue, they're crushing it year after year after year. It doesn't matter what happens, pandemic, no pandemic, they crush constantly, consistently, they crush. As far as the stock, not only is it a great investment to me because it is consistently a winner and it is going to stand the test of time, it is also a company that pays out dividends. You invest in McDonald's, they pay you dividends. Excuse me, every quarter you're going to get a payment every quarter. Now, it's going to be dependent on, of course, how much you invest. The bigger investments, like if you're someone like Mr. Buffett and you've got millions invested, then you can live off the dividends. If you're someone like me, okay, your dividends aren't enough to live off of, but you know what? Your dividends are a sweet payday. Because not only is my stock continuing to go up on a regular basis, I'm also getting paid out dividends. Even if it takes a hit, still get my dividends. Doesn't matter. So for all these reasons, and all the love and respect that I have for the awesome titan that McDonald's is, I love McDonald's. So if you want to take these details and use them and say, oh man, maybe that's a great reason for me to invest in McDonald's, go for it. You don't want to invest in McDonald's? Don't. But what I do want you to do is I want you to take these details, and this is how I want you to analyze when you look at your stock. When you say, I want to buy into, I don't know, you want to buy into some new tech company, okay? You want to, or let's not compare it to a new company because, like I said, this one stands the test of time. If you want to buy into a new or a company, right? It's a company that you haven't invested into before. A tech company, a medical company, a motor company, oil. It doesn't matter. You want to invest in any of these things? Look at all those details that I listed. All the reasons that I love McDonald's. Now, I don't find all those reasons in every stock. I find some of those reasons in some of my stocks, but that's why McDonald's is one of my favorites. I think I'd have to say McDonald's is right up there. I don't know if there's another one that beats it out for me, but it is not the most profitable. It's not, but I love it. So take those for what they are. Take those details, take those little tidbits, my analysis, and you take that back, and you, when you go to evaluate your stock, your investments, your portfolio, look at those companies that you've invested in. Are they hitting any of these marks? Are you seeing a return? Are you getting dividends? Like, are you invested in the right place, or do you need to reevaluate where your money's at and find companies that hit those marks? All right, it's your boy. Be sure you like, subscribe, ding that bell, get your notifications. Stay tuned. I got more coming. It's your boy, Corey B. Have an awesome day.